Effectively, what happened today, this is like huge, massive Omega news, is that the merger, or excuse me, not the merger, the buyout, the Activision Blizzard buyout that Microsoft was doing, Microsoft won the lawsuit. They won the fight against the FTC to buy Activision Blizzard. So as of now, we are no longer Blizzard gamers. We are Microsoft gamers. Game Pass is about to be lit. Oh, man. I hope so. So there was obviously a lot of contention around whether, like, Blizzard should be owned by Microsoft or not. Is this good for gamers, etc.? Here's the truth, is that I think that any time that a video game is not made available on another platform because of some sort of manufactured exclusivity, this is a bad thing for video game players, whether it's God of War only being available on PlayStation, Halo only being available on Xbox, so Bloodborne only being available on PlayStation. Like, none of these exclusivity things. And I love also how we never talk about Nintendo. It's like Nintendo can do really bad stuff and they can fuck up constantly, but because everybody grew up with Nintendo, they're like, oh, well, I mean, it's Nintendo. I mean, we're not really going to shit on them. But Nintendo's the worst. They're actually the worst. Like, everybody's complaining about Sony and fucking Xbox. Meanwhile, Nintendo's just over here making only exclusive games for their console that you, like, even if you fucking slightly bootleg the console, they're going to try to, like, put you in jail. It's crazy. So I don't think any of these things are good for gamers. None of them are. Like, not the PlayStation ones, the Nintendo ones, or the Xbox ones. I think it's always better if games are completely available on all consoles. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Microsoft now owns Activision. I don't think the deal is done yet. Well, we'll see what happens. I think that really, if the FTC isn't blocking it anymore, and you literally have the is fucking Phil Spencer the president? No, he's just the head of Xbox, right? I feel like if he's tweeting about this, it's pretty much done. Like, let's be honest here. Sony complaining about things that they were way more guilty of themselves, didn't have any effect. Well, that's the thing, right? It's like Sony and Xbox are fighting with each other all the time about this shit, right? And then Nintendo is just, hey, don't look at me. Hey, we're just, whoa. Hey, we're just over here, all right? Like, we just do our thing, that's it. And so, AAA dev here, it's really hard to dev for every console. Nintendo's way different than Xbox and PlayStation development. Yeah, I think that could definitely be the case, but, you know, again, I think that a lot of times, I see what you're saying, but I also know that, like, for example, with God of War and also Final Fantasy, Sony had massive contracts to keep these games exclusive. So, like, you're saying that exclusivity is an outcome of just convenience for development and, like, brevity in development, basically, or not brevity, fucking just expediency in development. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yes, that's true, but that's not the whole story. I think that a lot of the exclusivity is bought and manufactured. So it's probably a little bit of both. But I see what you're saying. I haven't listened to all the hearings. Apparently, FTC lawyer was so pro-Sony that even a judge was put off by it. Yeah, I cannot fucking imagine that. The fact the FTC doesn't include Switch as a console is such a joke. Are you fucking kidding me? The fact the FTC doesn't consider PC to be competition for consoles is also a joke. It's sad how much we pay these clowns to harm consumers. Well, the reason why is because everybody is too focused on, like, what bathroom somebody uses. So they never think about, like, the FTC regulations because they're all fighting about how long Pride Month should be. That's why. That's why it happens. People are too fucking fixated about, oh my God, there was cocaine in the White House. Who did it? Is it Hunter Biden? Is Joe Biden doing crack? Like, I don't know. I hope so. Maybe then he'll wake the fuck up. Like, I don't, like, what do you, like, who cares about this stupid shit? But nobody gives a fuck about that. They want to focus on these little social issues. That's it, because it's easy to understand. That's why it happens. Cocaine's why it's called the White House. There you go. So anyway, that's why it happens. Now, all any of this works in less than 5 words. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I think that that's clearly what's going to happen. All the Xbox gamers are happy about this. They fail to realize that while Blizzard Activision has great properties, they're also the most aggressive with microtransactions and milking their customers. I can't really speak to Activision. Like, for me, I played Warzone 1. I felt no need to ever use or buy a microtransaction in Warzone at all. Like, there was that weird rose skin that was hard to see, but I think that was something that they changed anyway. Like, I didn't feel that way while I was playing an Activision game. Like, maybe other games are like that, just that's not my vibe. I feel like EA is the worst, personally, because EA has, like, doesn't EA make FIFA? And I feel like FIFA, like, don't you just, like, rebuy the same cards with the same characters every year? And, yeah, I don't think that they're that bad. I think, like, for example, World of Warcraft it has, like, such a weird, like, the problem, like, the reason why I don't, like, really, like, criticize it a lot right now is because, like, WoW has just been around for so long. There's, like, a lot of things that are effectively just, like, vestigial, like, subscription revenue. Like, nobody does that anymore. And so it's hard to say. Also, like, there are many other developers that are a lot worse, too. Like, for example, like, I would say Diablo 4 is pretty good. Like, you buy the game, you get the game. That's it. There's no pay to win. There's skins in the store. But, like, that's it. It's not that big of a deal. I think that the only problem so far, well, I mean, yeah, sure, so far, but you say that with any game, right? It's like, they could put pay to win in any game. Like, who knows what's going to happen? People say it wouldn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's not going to happen. Then it does. And people are like, oh, well, you know, I knew this was going to happen. No, you didn't. Like, you acting like it didn't happen. Like, yeah, it's just people making up bullshit. So the point is that I don't think Blizzard or Activision are, like, unique in having microtransactions. I think that's silly. Pretty sure Halo's dead anyway. Well, Halo is dead because 343 killed it. Like, it's sad whenever you see people lose their jobs, but 343 brought out 3 duds. Halo 4 was shit, Halo 5 was shit, and Halo 6 or Halo Infinite was shit. Like, they shouldn't be making Halo anymore. Like, Microsoft should get somebody else to make Halo. They clearly can't do it. Like, for whatever reason, like, I don't know what their problem is, but there is a problem. And if they want to save the Halo franchise, they need to stop having people that constantly... Like, they've been failing at making Halo games for 10 years. Don't you think that's enough? Like, what the fuck? When your product sucks, pretend it's because you're a no-crunch studio? I'm sure people were crunch timing. Like, let's be honest. I liked Infinite after launch. Infinite didn't release with a BR. Like, that tells me everything that I need to know about where the development is going. Like, Halo Infinite should have released with a Battle Royale. And because they didn't do that, I think that the people that are making the game are fucking delusional. They have no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're doing. You don't have split... Like, they didn't release, like, split-screen co-op and shit like this, too? Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck off, BRs are trash. Okay. Let me ask you a different... Okay, all right, let me reorient your thinking, okay? Because obviously you're too focused on your own perspective. If you are investing into a video game company, do you want to invest into a video game company that's making a shooter, 2 equal shooters, one with a BR or one without a BR? Which company do you want to invest into? It's your money. Everybody's saying with the BR. Everybody, yeah, let's be honest. And why do you want to invest into the one with the BR? People love BR. That's right. That's right. Easy money. Everyone loves them. That's right. It's a profitable feature. Yes, it is. So, awful take. Battle Royales are dying and boring. I don't think so. I really don't. Like, Fortnite... Overwatch is fucking, like, the viewership for Overwatch I definitely don't think is accurate because they usually always have drops. Overwatch is not a BR, though. Fortnite, Warzone, usually Apex is up here, too. Where's Apex? Actually pretty low right now. Apex, I feel like some of the most popular games besides Valorant are BRs. And also, like, BattleBit, I don't think BattleBit's a BR. I'm pretty sure it's not. Keep BR away from Halo? Sure. That's how I mean, you're and the thing is, the Halo fans are doing a great job at that. They are keeping tons of people away from Halo by not having a BR. They're just they're so good at it. And I tried. You can go back to whenever Halo Infinite was coming out, and everybody was shitting on me. They were shitting on Doc. They were shitting on Tim. All of these people, by the way, top streamers, people that have more insight into what people like watching than almost anybody else. And all of us said the same fucking thing. But no, we're not going to do a BR. They should have released with a BR. It was stupid not to. Hopefully Blizzard, or not Blizzard, now Blizzard, Activision, or fucking, what is it, who runs it now? Fucking Microsoft. Microsoft can get people that make a game for 2023 and not a game for 2008. That's it. Battle Royale is only being played because they're free. I think there's plenty of other free games. I just need to release with a complete forge and someone would have made one. I don't want to get too into this, okay? But I would like to present for my argument. This might be it. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is it. This is it right here. So this was the game without the BR. And this is the game with the BR. Search for Warzone, not Warfare. That's not how it originally was. I know what you're saying, but that's not how it was originally aggregated. I'll show you. The fat drop-off? Absolutely, every game has a drop-off like that. Yeah, so the point that I'm making is that anybody arguing against BRs is purely doing it off of their own personal feelings and not based off of any sort of logical conclusion. Like, if you don't like BRs, it's totally fine. You don't have to like BRs. You can think BRs are the worst thing ever. But you cannot, whenever you have so much evidence that points to an obvious direction, say that BRs are not massively popular. Even now. And again, Halo came out a while ago whenever BRs were comparatively more popular. So if you don't like BRs, totally fine. But BRs objectively are massively popular. And the fact that Halo chose to not release with one was a massive disservice to, I think, that the entire game. You have to, like, Call of Duty didn't have a BR for years, and they added one. It was massively successful. So even if you don't like BRs, again, I ask you the very simple question. If you have money to invest in a company, would you invest it in a company that's making BR games or a company that's not? All other things equal. I think you're going to want to invest it into the BRs. Bit of gaslighting feel, bro? Well, it's not gaslighting. Gaslighting is whenever you make people believe facts that aren't real. I'm showing you charts. The charts just simply prove that I'm right. I don't have any personal feelings about this. I'm not emotionally attached to this argument. I don't care. All I'm saying is that every single chart and every single bit of observable data and information points towards BRs being popular. If you want to discount that and say, I'm going to ignore all evidence and all data because of my own personal opinion, then that's fine. But just know that you have diverted from logic. BRs by a big studio, sure, but not if it's any studio. I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, the fact that PUBG pulled anything off was an amazement to me. Like, bro, like, those guys, like, that game was a fucking joke. Holy shit. COD games are fundamentally good. After Halo 4, Halo wasn't. You think after Halo... Why are we still talking about this? Who cares? Anyway, so the point is that obviously I think this is a good thing if you are a Blizzard gamer. If you like playing WoW, Overwatch, Diablo 4, I think that at least some of those games will hopefully come to Game Pass by the end of the year, assuming everything goes through and all of these things happen. So this is a massive W for us. A lot of Xbox gamers are happy about this. Well, better Halo. Yeah, I don't want to get into that again, but yeah. I wonder if they will just restructure Activision Blizzard King in the UK rather than try to get the CMA to approve the deal. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Aside from the ruling, Xbox has released a solid exclusive in the past few years. Yeah, the truth is that Sony is completely destroying Xbox in terms of exclusive games. Like, and again, it's because Xbox doesn't want to win. They clearly don't care. Because if they did, they'd make a new Gears of War. But they're not. Yeah, Gears of War BR. Starfield, well, whenever Starfield comes out, we'll see what happens. I don't think Starfield is a single-player game. And, I mean, I guess actually, fuck, I mean, so is God of War. Maybe Starfield will be that big. I don't know. Like, yeah, I was about to say it's a single-player game. It's not the same. But, like, actually, yeah, it's pretty much a one-to-one. Yeah. Suffering ruling, Redfall was supposed to be that. Yeah, that was really bad. I mean, Phil Spencer even came out and apologized for that. That's how bad that fucking game was. Holy shit, what a disaster. Unlike Sony, Microsoft doesn't buy companies with the goal of putting out exclusives. Yes. And honestly, like, this is going to make me sound like a bit of a simp, okay? But I use Windows, and Windows is good. Microsoft Edge is okay. I like Microsoft. I think Game Pass is good. Yeah. I mean, I like Microsoft. I think they're better than Apple. I'm happy. Definitely, yeah. And like, the thing is, like, if somebody comes along and they're better than Microsoft and they provide a better product, isn't it great that we live in a free market? But the truth is that I'm happy. I have Windows, and Windows is great, and everything's fine. So yeah. Fan since Windows 3.1. Yeah, I mean, Linux is better. Yeah, I'm sure there's dozens of people that actually use Linux. Truly a corporate greed moment that won't result in any good games. Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, what do you... like, what do you think? Haven't we already kind of capped out on that to begin with? Like, come on. Like, there's more memes about Bobby being greedy than Bill Gates. Microsoft is going to actually buy Activision Blizzard. Holy shit. I really hope. I think that if you are a WoW player, you are only a WoW player. If there are two universes, there is the universe where a subscription to Game Pass gets you a sub to World of Warcraft, and the universe where that is not the case. I think that 100%, if World of Warcraft goes to Game Pass, World of Warcraft, you will see a massive increase in the amount of time and development resources that go into the game. And you can expect to see WoW continue on for the next probably 10 years without any sort of like weird bad stuff happening. Now, that could probably still be the case without Game Pass, but I think that if World of Warcraft is on Game Pass, and also you can expect a ton of new people to play WoW. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I think it'll add a plus 1 million to the player base. Because there are millions of people that have Game Pass, and a lot of them would try out WoW, and the reason why they're not doing it is because of the fucking subscription. And like, I'm not saying a plus 1 million consistent, by the way. I'm just saying a plus 1 million people will try it over the course of, I don't know, maybe a year or two. So yeah, it would be it would be the best thing that could happen to World of Warcraft if this happened. This deal could be stopped by the CMA of UK according to the terms of the deal. Yep, but even if that happens, even if that happens, they could probably do it in another way. Like, the odds are the government is not going to probably like stop it completely. They can just restructure the way the company operates over there. That's what people were talking about that I read. Maybe that's not the case, but that's at least what my understanding is. Not going to happen. CMA's backpedaling. Yeah. The new player WoW experience is horrible. They will try it and most likely quit. Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you. That's totally true. So yeah, anyway, I think that any Blizzard game going on the Game Pass is going to be a massive advertisement, not only for Game Pass, but also for the game. Let me see how many people own Game Pass. How many people are subbed to Game Pass Xbox? Probably like 20 mil, right? Something like that? Yeah, there it is. 25 million. Something like this. So that's 25 million people that could just play WoW with no friction. There's no, like, oh, I have to do, like, I guess they'd have to buy the expansion, to be fair. But other than that, they can just log in and play the game. That is fucking crazy. So yeah, a WoW is not on console. You're definitely right. Let's assume that half of them. Let's assume that, let's actually just assume that only 5 million of them are PC players. Because I think that's pretty accurate based off of, like, the graphs and everything. Well, let's say 5 million of them. All of those people could try WoW. 95% of those are console. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think that a lot of you... How many of you guys play games on PC, but you use you have Game Pass? Let me hear it. It's a lot of me's. It doesn't look like 20% to me. Game Pass sub equals WoW sub? Yeah. I think if that happens, you're obviously going to see a ton of people who are going to try out WoW, and at least they're going to be able to. Because I think that right now, the biggest thing that holds people back from playing WoW is the entry cost. It's the entry cost into the game. It's not like, oh, the game's hard to watch or anything like that. Because, like, you have so many people that are, like, just prospective players that are like, oh, I heard of this game, I might try it out. But then whenever they see they have to make a recurring payment, like Netflix or something, they just immediately stop thinking about it because they don't want to. That's why so many games now are free to play. Like, if you look at many of the top games, almost all of them are free to play. Or at least, like, not almost all of them, but I would say, like, probably half, or in some cases more than half, based off of, like, what's popular at the directory for that time. There are many popular free-to-play games. And this is also only including Twitch. And Twitch is a primary PC gaming audience, which has the least free-to-play. The real free-to-play Andes are the mobile gamers and the console gamers. Mobile gamers specifically. Mobile gamers are massive into free-to-play. That's why I play New World. Yeah, exactly. Like, how many of you guys that are like... How many of you guys would come back to New World if they made a really, really cool patch? And this is even what's happened, I believe, right? Like, yeah, like, New World has actually gone up in players by a pretty good degree. Like, I would say, if you look at this, what is it? 18 to 26, we'll see what happens. It went up like 20-30%, which is a lot, even though the number is pretty low. But I think that if you've already bought a game and you're willing to come back to play it, and you're able to come back and play it, and there's nothing in the way, then you're going to be way more likely to do it. Lost Ark lost another 10% this month. Yeah. Caused by Lost Ark Exodus? No, I don't think so. I think it was probably caused by the fact New World brought out a new season. So yeah, New World's a lot better now. Yeah, for sure. You see Tucker Carlson, Andrew Tate. I saw it. I don't know if I'm going to watch it today. I'm probably not going to. But yeah, I did see it. WoW's an easy game to run. A potato could run it and have a capable PC for WoW. Yeah, I'd love to see WoW come to console. Honestly, I think that'd be great for the game. If Game Pass equals WoW sub, wouldn't all WoW players immediately drop their sub and just use Game Pass instead, considering it's cheaper plus more games? Wow, that sounds really good for Microsoft. That's how convenient that would be. Isn't that crazy? Whoa, that's interesting, isn't it? Look at that. That is why I hope they add it to Game Pass. What if they up the price on Game Pass? It won't be worth it for them to up the price because they'd probably lose too many people. Subscription-based services have like a very, like, they're very anchored in like a consumer's mind. So like, you can't ask, for example, like $35 or $40 a month for a subscription service. Like, there are very few that are like that. Most subscription services are between like $5 and $20. Mike Ybarra just tweeted. Let me see. We have so much coming from such talented teams. Some people told me years ago Blizzard was a sleeping giant. To them I say the sleeping giant is awake and in full force. Players are at the center of everything that we do and always will be. We're just getting started. I hope so, man. I really hope so. I mean, the thing is, like, this is really the way I feel, right? Is if I were to rank, let's look at the Blizzard IPs right now. I'm missing one of them, right? Hearthstone. Diablo, right. Okay, so let's think about this. Where are they at in terms of a W or L? Like, obviously, like, this is kind of just a really basic vibe check on, like, is the IP doing well? Warcraft, I would say, is a lowercase W. Or sorry, Warcraft is a capital L. This is a lowercase W. StarCraft is an L. Lowercase L. Overwatch is a massive L. Heroes is a massive L. I don't know about Hearthstone. I think Diablo is a massive W. That's where I would rank every Blizzard IP. StarCraft? How's WoW a W? Because most people that play WoW are happy with Dragonflight. If you ask a lot of WoW players, they're happy with Dragonflight. Hearthstone, small W. Hearthstone's probably a W. I just don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to say. Diablo is L, not W. If you think Diablo is actually bad, you're insane. Like, you're actually delusional if you think Diablo is actually a bad game or actually an L. It's just not. You've got Lost Vikings. Yeah, yeah, bro. Like, when are they gonna make a new Lost Vikings? What's so bad about StarCraft? Nothing. And that's why it's so bad. So, like, Warcraft, like, Warcraft 3, like, the RTS, obviously, like, that's pretty much done. World of Warcraft, I think Dragonflight is good. And I would even say World of Warcraft, if you include, like, Wrath of the Lich King and also, like, Classic WoW, like, and especially the hardcore, I think, if you add Classic WoW into that, I think it's actually a capital W. Shadowlands is good, never forget. Well, Shadowlands was good whenever it came out. The problem is, like, the content just didn't come out fast enough, and whenever it did come out, it was bad. Shadowlands on release was a good game. I enjoyed the beginning of the game. I actually really liked the season for PvP in Shadowlands. I thought it was great, and it was actually probably the best season I've played since now. Like, I don't think they've had a single season that's been that good. And Castle Nathria was a great raid, too, so, like, I was right. The problem really was that, as a live service game, it has to evolve, and it didn't. So, yeah. StarCraft is the biggest W they have. Well, then why does nobody play it? Nobody cares about StarCraft anymore. It's a dead game. It's been a dead game for 5 years. Like, that's just the truth. It's too hard. Yeah. And Overwatch, I think that, the announcement of PvE the announcement of no PvE just completely killed Overwatch. The announcement of, like, Heroes of the Storm... Like, Blizzard just, I mean, they made a press release to say that they threw in the towel with Heroes of the Storm, okay? Like, that's it. Hearthstone, yeah, as I said, I don't really play the game. Diablo, I think people are just out of their fucking mind. Like, Diablo Immortal makes a ridiculous amount of money, like a disgusting amount of money. And on top of making a ton of money, Diablo 4 is a good game. They sold, what was it, like $600 million worth of this game in like the first 4 days or 5 days of it being out. It's fucking insane. So Diablo has like a game that gamers, I think, generally enjoy. And also it has a game that people pay a lot of money to play. So yeah, Diablo 2. And there's also like another thing. Yeah, I totally forgot about this, but Diablo 2 Resurrected. Like, I feel like nobody shit on Diablo 2 Resurrected. Everybody likes it. That cares, at least. Yeah, Diablo 2 Remake is so good. Yes. Think about the mobile opportunities. These are some games Microsoft is going to index on. Yeah. So I think that, I mean, Blizzard has, like... I just think, like, with StarCraft, Overwatch, and, like... I don't know, like, I guess Blizzard is, like, doing kind of good, but whenever I look at it, but I don't know. I think that they need, like, if they release one more good game, I will be like, okay, Blizzard is good again. Because I think that Dragonflight was good. I think that Diablo 4 was good, but, like, they need one more good release. Yeah, if the survival game is good, Blizzard will be good again. That's true. Yes. Overwatch really shit the bed? Yeah, they did. Overall, like my verdict on this, my opinion on this, talked about it a lot now. I am very happy this happened. Like, Blizzard, the way I look at it is that, how much worse can it get? Hey, guys. How much worse is it ever gonna get? I guess we'll find out. So, yeah. See what happens. I'm really excited.